come once again to discuss things.
Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Geeky Gentlemen. I am Super2. Joining me today is Rasco, aka Squatch Gang.
How's it going, everybody?
I think they're doing well. I hope so, at least. If you're not doing well, then this video will cheer you up.
It's a rhetorical question.
Yeah. Well, you know, rhetorical questions deserve rhetorical answers. Yeah.
Yep.
How you like them apples? So anyway, we're continuing our fan film review series, and this is another one that I sent to Rasco, and he quite enjoyed. So this was technically his pick, I guess. Rasco, what are we reviewing today?
Predator: Dark Ages.
Yeah, metal. I don't know, I found this one a couple months back when I was on a bit of a Predator kick, and then, I don't know why I sent it to you, something just popped in my head that, hey, he would like this, because he likes Alien and Predator and stuff. Yep. And so, did you like this?
It's really cool, it's really interesting, but I don't know if it's a very good film, technically. So we can talk about that, but it's cool on a conceptual level, and looks great for the most part.
Okay, see, that's interesting, because I really don't know where you're coming from on that. I think this is great.
Okay, so you just want to get right into it?
Yeah, let's just go, because I really enjoyed it.
Alright. So, I think that, it's cool and everything, but here's my hang-up with this. So some of these things are just questions I have that I don't really know. I'm debating with myself as to what I feel about them. Some of these are things that I, actually think. So, for instance, one thing I don't know, and I'm unsure about, is I don't know if this should have the Predator score, theme music. I don't know if this should have the same music, because that music is, yes, that's what Predator, all the Predator movies, I guess. Wait, what did Predator 2 have? Did it have?
I don't know. It's been too long since I've seen Predator 2.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't think, maybe Predator 2 didn't have that, but Predators did. I imagine the Shane Black movie will, the new Shane Black movie when it comes out.
I didn't realize Shane Black was directing a Predator movie.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I'm really excited.
You know Shane Black.
It's gonna take place at Christmas, isn't it?
You know Shane Black is in Predator, the original Predator, right?
No, I didn't.
He's in the cast of that movie, Shane Black, and then I think he's writing and directing a Predator movie.
Oh, cool.
So.
All right. So anyway, I guess I just don't recognize the Predator score, immediately, but I don't know, do you think it's, too steeped in the 80s, maybe?
Yeah, I think with the Predator score, what the point of that was, is, if you were going to see Predator back then, all the poster is Arnold Schwarzenegger and, Infrared. The trailers, I imagine, do not show much. In fact, I've seen the trailers, I know they don't. But if you go and see that movie, it's kind of like a normal, generic Arnold Schwarzenegger action movie up until the point where a random alien comes out of nowhere and starts killing people. And so it's that music is supposed to be the essence of 80s action movie music.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with this, they didn't necessarily, I think they could have gone with more of a Game of Thrones type music,
or what would have been they probably just took the track, didn't they?
Yeah,
you know what would have been cool is if they got and
they reworked
a symphony kind of thing to do it.
Yeah,
see, I don't know, I just didn't pick up on that, and it's I think the third time I've watched it, so I just never really picked up on that part. I guess the Predator theme to me never really stuck out in my head. Predator or Alien don't really stick out to me, music-wise.
That's the thing with me, is, like, they didn't necessarily, but now when I watch those movies, it's like the music is incredibly important. Like, for me at least, with those movies, like, I love the music in those films. And
Gotcha.
especially Alien. Alien has great music. But
Oh, you're gonna talk about Alien. Really?
yeah, but like Predator, like I love the Predator. I love Predator. Like the music in Predator is awesome. It's that it's awesome. And I just don't know if this. I think this could have gone with like some sort of like symphony rework of the same song. That could have been cool.
That'd have been cool.
Or something
Yeah,
like that. So,
cool.
but that's just like the most petty thing. That's not like a real issue I have with it. That's just like a kind of weird thing about it that I don't know if they necessarily needed to do. But so my issues with it come more from just like the story aspect of what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially what this is it's kind of just like, and this is a thing that I think a lot of Predator movies have an issue with. They're almost always just like the same movie in different settings.
Yeah.
So like Predator 1, 2, and this are essentially the same plot in different settings. And in this, it's more noticeable than in like Predator 2 because this is not exploring the same kind of tropes that those movies were. So like this is not like a classic Game of Thrones episode with random Predator coming into it. The same way that like Predator 2 it's a cop drama. And
then Predator's there.
Yeah. And like it has all the tropes. It's got the detective who goes against the books and he's he rubs heads with the chief. And then
I don't know. What you got to remember is Game of Thrones is kind of the exception to fantasy. So with this, it is a battle-weary knight and his merry men going on to finish one last quest, and they're doing it for the church and for the people. So that is, as bare bones as like half-houry as you can get, that is the quintessential knight's story.
Yeah, that is.
There's just no princess in a castle.
You are right about that, but the one thing I will say is that that is a backstory that we hear, and it's not necessarily that we're like seeing those tropes play out on screen the same way that we do in the first two Predator films.
And certainly, so like I'm inclined to agree with you to a certain extent, but I'm also inclined to say this is like the third act. Or maybe like, portions of the first, second, and then mostly the third act of a Dark Ages Predator feature-length film.
Yeah, maybe this is like the thing that you would pitch this to the studio and then have that movie made off this.
Yeah, like you have, you could have opened the movie with the scenes in Jerusalem that they're talking about, like, a teaser of the Jerusalem stuff they're talking about.
Yeah.
And then you could have gone on to, like, deal with the guy fighting in Jerusalem and stuff, and then the Predator following him up north. And so you'd have an excuse for, I think, my biggest problem with the movie is England damn sure isn't warm. Like, that's like, it's such a petty thing, but that is my biggest complaint, is Predators are always supposed to be drawn out by the heat, and England isn't warm, so, yeah.
That's true. But I think the spirit of the hunt, because of such a worthy prey, could potentially bring them there.
Yeah, it could drag them there, but like...
challenges what they would desire in that case.
Yeah, but I don't know, I feel like they do enough legwork to set up, a story I can believe, because it is so close to the tropes. I buy that this guy has seen enough battle, even though the actor isn't great. Just the settings and the way their armor all looks, none of it's new.
And I think a lot of the directing is really good, except in a couple scenes, like when the Predator walks to his ship.
Yeah, his feet look a little weird. He's got kind of like a bow-legged walk.
Yeah, and that's just a bad angle. It's like comedic almost. And like it's really way too quick. Like, he walks into the ship, and it's like, it's gone. It's like, why is the ship parked right there conveniently? Like, it's just weird, and like...
Well, maybe he took the ship to the fight. Maybe? No?
Yeah, I don't know, but he probably would have heard that. He snuck up on him pretty quietly, but like, one of the things is, like, I feel like this has a bit of an issue sometimes where it, like, doesn't let you sit in a scene for enough time. So, like, when they first ride up on the horses, it's, like, really quickly edited. And I don't know, like, I guess if they're doing it because they want it to be shorter and they're just trying to cut out some of that stuff, but, like, it's just really quickly edited in a weird way that movies typically aren't, where they kind of like, and so this is more kind of similar to a lot of TV shows, because TV shows oftentimes are like this, but I don't know, it's got like a really kind of breakneck pace in a way that the Predator movies didn't, and that's just partially because it's like, you know, it's a fan film, it's not as long as a movie, obviously. I don't know if that was like budget reasons or who knows, but maybe that was just they set out to make this length. Who knows? But some of the issues I have with it are like, we get the girl, and you know, in the beginning, so there's like a bunch of guys and there's only one female. And like they're like making this big deal about how, he mistook you for a girl. You're a man. You're a warrior princess. Like, you're a dude because you're so badass. And they're like, and then like she dies first. And so she
dies second.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she dies really early though. And I was thinking this, so that bothered me for a couple reasons. One, actually I have to lay this out. So. I was interested when we get the Muslim and the Muslim guy, because we were actually going back historically and kind of like doing like that kind of route where like we're getting the religious context of the time period. And it was interesting to bring in this other, to have these two different religious sects coming together in this. And it was interesting because I was like, oh, maybe we are going to... And that, to me, actually, I will say, was kind of a trope, I would say, of if you were doing a historical piece like this. That would seem somewhat like that. So that was cool. And then we get the girl. And so what I was almost sure was going to happen was this. The girl was going to be, like, this badass warrior, and the Predator was going to be almost, in a way, like, sexist. And, like, not fight her, not kill her because she was a woman. And it was going to kind of being, like... It would be a thing where it was, like, bringing out the context of the time period and, like, what women were seen as. And, like, that was going to... But, like, also, in a weird way, it was going to parallel the Predator, who would just be the same way, because they're, like, this warrior culture. And when he just killed her, I was like, that's not very Predator-like to me. Because, I mean, there are cases where Predator, like, specifically treat women different, and it is supposed to be a matter of, like, the Predators, they're men, they're male, they see women as almost inferior.
Well, no, that's not true. Because...
That's not, and that's not right, but, like, that's what, I don't know, like...
I mean, there's probably cases of it, like, in comics and stuff, but, in the movies, we've only gotten, like, a warrior that is a woman... one time, and that was in Predators. And they treated her just the same as any of the other guys.
Well, I'm talking about, like, the first Predator movie. The Predator doesn't kill the girl.
Yeah, it won't kill the girl, but that's because she's not armed.
Yeah, I thought that this could be an interesting case, though, where they could have made the Predator more so, like, I guess honor code. Like, the point, I thought it would be interesting if, like, the Predator had some of the same, like character flaws that, like, sexist people today have. And
yeah, I gotcha.
Then, like, that historically has existed sexism and, like, inequality between men and women. If the Predator embodied the same traits of man. Because another thing in the original Predator is that the Predator he's going to another planet and he's hunting men for sport. And he only kills, how many dudes in that entire movie? I think 12. Arnold Schwarzenegger and them, they kill, 50 freaking people. They are massacring, and it's their own species. And, there's that part at the end where it's Arnold has to literally become a predator to kill the predator. And then at the end, the predator takes off his mask, and he's like, Arnold's like, what are you? And then the predator's like, what are you? And it's the predator's just kind of repeating him there, but still at the same time, it's the predator's like, look, what are you? Who's the bigger monster here in a way? And that's just all subtext. That's all subtext that you can, take it or leave it. But it's there, and I thought it could be really cool if in the same way, that the men had seen her as less, the predator had as well, but she wound up being the one that in the ending killed the predator or something like that.
I don't know.
It seemed like a missed opportunity.
I mean, that's fair, but you can't rewrite the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
I guess I agree with you, but I agree with you. It could be interesting, but at the same time, what it's doing isn't problematic, in my opinion. Because it's consistent with what we've seen.
That would give it more flavor. That would make it better in a way. I just feel like it's good, but it doesn't have any real reasons that it's great on a story level. I can't think of any aspects of any particular scenes or dialogue that's great.
Well, I don't know. I really liked a lot of the stuff they do with the Muslim character. What's the frickin' word they use? Sarkisian or whatever. I like the stuff they do with him, where he is afraid, he is the coward of the group, because the subtext I always read into Predator is it is all about masculinity. And so we do have a lot of different tropes of masculinity here. We have, women can be dismissed by the priest, but then we also have recognizing that women are not necessarily girly. We have the big brutish guy that just wants to get in a fight, and then we have the thinker guys, and then we have the shiny knight kind of thing. And then you have the Saxarian who's, I'm a scholar, I'm not a warrior, I'm not here to fight it, I'm just here to help you find it and help you in any way I can. And he hands him the knife and he goes, you'll fight like the rest of us. And then he has, when it comes to them, when it's just the two guys left, he's like, I've got to run, I'm not gonna do this, I'm going to escape with my life while I have the chance. If you must fight it, know this, it does bleed, it's not immortal. I really like that line, and I like the moment where he comes back. He has that opportunity for change. Admittedly, I don't know how far away he got in between Nightfall. I mean,
what the fuck was he doing, just running in a circle?
Well, I don't know. It's one of those things. How quickly did it become night, and yada yada. You can justify it, I think. But anyway, so he comes back. He has the opportunity for change, and as the Predator's sitting there getting ready to kill the guy who stood and fought against him, he comes back and redeems his honor. And he has that line after he does it. It's where would my honor be if I didn't? He comes back and he redeems his honor, and it's your life for his. And and he's ready to die at that point. He is ready for the Predator to turn on him and kill him as a result of that bargain. And the Predator does stick to its honor code thing and decides to leave them both alive. I really like that. So I do think there's a lot of story stuff here that really, really works for me. I will agree it's pretty strict and by the numbers for the Predator formula, but I don't really care. I think we talked about this during the Alien video, but I'll bring it up again here. While I think Alien is the more artistically and culturally important franchise, I like Predator more, and I also think it's the more consistently good franchise. Alien is a great film. Aliens is an awesome film. Alien 3 is something I'm never planning to watch because I've never heard anyone say one good thing about it.
What? Okay, wait. Here's what you do. Do not watch Alien 3. Watch Alien 3, the assembly cut.
Okay. No, I've never heard anyone say anything good about that or Alien 4, and then the AVP films, one's just kind of okay, and then one's like, I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
And then I still haven't seen Prometheus, because once again, I've never heard anyone say anything good. So, I think the Predator films, though, Predator 1 is a great film. Predator 2 is just a freaking explosion of awesomeness. And then Predators is... I really like it. I think it's a little miscast, but I don't really care. I like the story well enough. And then, once again, AVP is just okay. Predator Concrete Jungle is amazing. If maybe a little cliche video game tropes at times. So it follows the Predator formula, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, can we? I don't know if I like the ending when the Predator spares them both. Like, okay, so if you look at it from like the perspective of like the first Predator movie, the Predator respects like the art of combat, and it seems and it's very much like from a warrior culture in a way. So the thing is, though, the Predator has never respected bravery. You know, that's not a thing the Predator respect. Like when in the first Predator movie, when Billy stops on the bridge and he turns around and he like cuts his chest and he gets out his machete to fight the Predator. The Predator doesn't spare Billy for being brave enough to hold off the Predator while his friends escaped. And
yeah, but importantly, remind me, how does Billy die in that scene?
In that scene, what happens is, all we see is this. Billy stops, takes his shirt off, cuts his chest with his machete, and stands there ready to fight on this bridge. And we just see the Predator, like, the heat vision is, like, often, like, you're looking from POV of the Predator. And and he's, like, rising out of the trees, and he's, like, looking at Billy. And then it just cuts to Arnold and them, who are, like, by now, like, 25 feet away. Like, they're running away into the woods. And they just hear Billy scream. And then later on, you see Billy's been, like... And later on, you see that, like, the Predator is, like, collecting a trophy from Billy's dead body. But, like, that's all you see there.
Okay. So it's like a challenge moment. Okay, not... Just because the first movie doesn't have a comparable scene, but let's go within the same franchise, though. Predators. Adrian Brody cuts the one Predator down from the rock as part of the bargain. They take bargains. They understand bartering. So, yes, the Predator could kill the Muslim guy, but at that point, it's an honorless killing, because he's just standing there waiting to die. So it's an honor thing. It's like, you risked your life to save him. I screwed up and didn't see you coming. I have no right to take your life, is how I read that scene. It's like, I can, you're allowing me, that was part of our bargain, but I have no right to, because it would not be honorable.
Wait a second, I'm trying to think about, like... Okay, I mean... So yeah, there's other examples of the Predator just, like, in one-on-one... Like, the Predator, like, so that is true, that he does barter with Royce in Predators, but the thing about that is that I think it's a little bit of a different scenario, where the Predator is in a place where, like, it is actually 100% captured and physically outmatched by the super predators. And Royce may be a lower life form than him, but he's a lower life form strength-wise than the super predators are, and he's, like, literally captured. Like, he can't do anything. I don't buy in that scenario that guy going up behind him, I don't buy that the Predator really is like, oh fuck, he's got me here.
Well, he's got a knife right to his neck,
No.
so all he has to do is push forward.
Wait, what?
He's got the knife, or sword, whatever, right to the dude's neck already.
I don't.
Like,
I just buy that the Predator could literally like shove him away with his elbow before he could stab him. It just looked like that to me.
I disagree. I don't know. Like, maybe, potentially, but the point is the guy managed to sneak up on him, and he could have killed him, but he gave him the opportunity to. He gave him the opportunity to live. I don't know. I think that scene really, really works for me. Like, maybe it's conceivable that the Predator could have taken them both, but once again, it lost the ground to the prey. It got cornered into a situation where it could have been killed. So it has no honor in killing them now. They bested him in a way.
You're right about, in that case, I would buy that the Muslim guy would be left to live. But I think the Predator's like, oh, look, I fucked your friend here up. He's down. He is bleeding. I won this fight, though. I'm taking him. And like, he just grabs him by the leg and drags him off to the ship with him.
I don't know. I disagree, because the whole point of the Predator being alive at that point... Because, all right, let's imagine this a different way. Would you buy the scene more if the Muslim had just come up behind the Predator and killed him instantly instead of striking the bargain? Would you buy that the Muslim would have been capable of doing that?
I would buy that. I would buy this. The Muslim comes up with a sword and stabs the Predator in like the back of his leg or something, and the Predator's down and he's injured, and like he pulls the blade out and he has the Predator like down by the neck, and he's like, "Look, I'm not gonna kill you if you don't kill us and you get the fuck out of here." I would buy that.
No, but I mean, just would... So that's a no. You wouldn't buy the Muslim just coming up behind him and stabbing him in the throat.
And that being the end?
Yeah, then the thing just dies right there. Would you buy that set of events?
Would I... Do you mean like, do I believe that he could kill him like that?
Yeah, do you believe that he could have managed that kill?
I don't know, honestly. Because it's a case where it's like, he walked up with the knife. I just don't know if like that would kill the Predator necessarily.
I mean, that's fair, but let's just, for the sake of argument, assume it would.
I guess maybe, but I think that if he did, I think that the Predator, while that knife is in his neck, I think he would have time to kill both of them while bleeding out from a knife in his neck, I think.
I mean, maybe, but
I don't know.
Again, you're kind of changing the stakes of the situation I'm trying to pitch.
I know. I'm sorry.
You're arguing against the example. My point is, he had the Predator in a compromised position, and the bargain was just for the friend. So the Predator is at the verge of death, and all he has to do is let the friend go. He then respects the guy for being honorable to his friend, for being honorable to him, for giving him the opportunity, and just for being that damn quick and stealthy. He respects him as a man, as a fellow warrior kind of thing. So I buy that scene. I buy that the Predator would let them go at that point, because there's no honor in killing them anymore. To kill either one of them completely, it diminishes his honor. It's not just not honorable, it's diminishing himself. And that's the thing about them, is they are an honor-based culture. That's the one consistent thing, or one of the very consistent things about Predators, is they are always very, very honor-bound consistently.
I will say that is true amongst themselves, but I don't know if Predators have really ever, in the movies at least, ever respected other cultures' honor between themselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if that was the case, Billy standing to fight the Predator while his friends escape, that would be super honorable. And if the Predator... It
is, and it's an honorable combat, and the Predator wins it, meaning he gets to continue the hunt.
Okay, yeah, that is a good point there, at least.
The exact same thing plays out in Predators with the Yakuza guy. The Yakuza guy stands there with the sword because he's already injured, stands there with the sword ready to fight and hold off the predators that are chasing them, and one of them drops camo and they have a sword fight. And so it's like it's a draw there, but they do respect the challenge to a duel. In this, we already see that the Predator respects the human custom by being challenged, by going to fight the knight in the first place. They clearly respect not necessarily human or cultural customs, but just warrior things, because that's not an impossible situation to imagine evolving from any culture, human or alien, if sufficient intelligence and honor could develop socially.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This it may be a thing where I don't know if it really is the honor code aspect of it necessarily. I think it may be just the fact that I don't buy in that scenario that the Predator was like actually at the mercy of that guy. It's just what I think.
Okay, I mean that's fair. I could see maybe they should have done something more.
Maybe that's a directorial issue.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
They could have done something more to communicate that like the Predator had no chance.
Yeah. Because honestly, I'm watching that and I'm sitting here watching it and I'm like, wait a second, is the Predator like intimidated by this guy? Like, I was like, oh, he's gonna kill him. Oh, and like I realized it, but I was like, I didn't know what I was looking at for a second, and then it just maybe and it may be not an honor code thing because you're persuading me on that it does make sense in that precise scenario why the Predator would, if the Predator is truly at the mercy of this guy.
And I think that like you could argue that they could have done more. Just something I'm thinking of off the top of my head. If they establish that the blade has an exotic poison on it, that could make it maybe a more believable scenario, so that even if he were to try fighting him after getting cut with it, he'd still die, kind of situation. I don't know. I think there are small things you could do to make it work better, but I don't think anything's necessary. I think the scene on its own communicates exactly what you need to know. Because honestly, it didn't become a problem for me at all until you brought it up, and just thinking about it, like the more I think about it, the more sense it makes. It just probably, I could admit it maybe should have been communicated a little bit stronger.
Yeah, I'll say this, like, I think that my idea of him, like, coming up with, like, and just, like, stabbing him, and, like, not killing the Predator, but just, like, stabbing the Predator, and, like, letting the Predator know, like, look, I got you here. I could have easily just, like, cut your throat or something, but I'm letting you live. Mm-hmm. I think that would be awesome. I think that would be, like, the way to go. That would be so cool.
I mean, fair enough.
Because I would buy it. There's no misunderstanding there of what the heck he's doing. It would be awesome.
That's fair. I don't know. That might be just a production issue, because you always kind of have to... You can never be super critical of a fan film, because there's always a really reasonable excuse. Yeah. So I don't think they had any shots, correct me if I'm wrong, of the Predator's blood.
Yeah, that was what I was about to say. Like, that would require a lot of blood. And
actually, do you know the recipe for how they made the Predator's blood in the original movies?
Oh, isn't it like the stuff in glow sticks and like some jelly?
Yeah, KY jelly.
Yeah,
and glow sticks.
Yeah.
It's one of those, just an interesting little thing. So they certainly could have done that, but and then it's just the process. Like, making the blood is one thing, but getting the blood to believably shoot and go all over the place like you want is another thing. So
yeah.
I don't know. I did buy it though. I did believe it well enough. And so was that your like major issue, or was there anything else about the film that really bothered you?
I will say that and the hard thing is that it's not really that it's bad per se. It's just that, like, if it were the first time we were seeing these kind of events play out, it would be really cool, really interesting. But it's not, and it's like most of the movie well, not most of the movie, but like the early parts of the movie when they first are going out to search for the predator, we're pretty much just watching like really stripped down version of when they are setting out to find the predator in the original Predator movie.
Yeah,
and it's just it's just not particularly great. You know what I'm saying? It's not that it's got any real flaws necessarily. It's not like a unfolding narrative that's just like keeping me at the edge of my seat.
Yeah, and I think they just wanted to get to the action.
Yeah,
and the cool
and so I don't want to criticize it too much because I don't think it's really trying to be that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think they set out to be like, let's make a really interesting, intriguing Predator story that is like super good on a narrative level and timeless and fantastic. To the force. No, like, I don't think that's what they were trying to do, obviously. I think they were like, hey, let's make this. It's the same mentality of, like, what's it called? Deadliest Warrior? They're like Predators versus Knights. And then they were like, well, let's kind of throw in the, like, classic Predator narrative. And, you know, what if Predator was in medieval times? And on that level, it is really cool in that way.
Yeah, and I like how it fits in with the whole Predator mythos, because there's always been stuff like, you know, in Predator 2, Danny Glover gets the 1700s gun, and then in Predators you see like the, you know, samurai sword. So I don't know, I really do like that aspect of it. It's just how well it builds in with the rest of the mythos. And so I'd agree it's really the basic bare bones Predator plot, but I don't mind because it works. Yeah.
You know what we need? We need like a show called Predator the Show, and every week it's just the planet from like the movie Predators, and like a group of different a group of like 7 of, you know, in like Predator or in Predators how it's like a group of like the most deadliest individuals on the planet, well, like of different kinds of deadly individuals on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like of that year, obviously, of that time. It would be cool if it was like the deadliest types of people in the year like 1750.
Oh, and you could get like that's why Jack the Ripper disappeared.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And, like,
also, like one thing
like samurais there, that'd be cool.
Yeah, one thing I really, really want to see happen in a Predator movie, just to spin out of the film, and then we'll end. I really, really want this to happen in a Predator movie at some point. I want to see another sentient species that the Predator hunts that's not human.
Yeah.
Because the aliens are like really, like, they're like big ants. But I want like another, you know, culture, social interacting species that the Predator hunts. Because it'd be fun to see that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. Like, I'm trying to think, like, what's another 80s action thing that has aliens besides Alien? Is there any other, like, intelligent alien species from the 80s?
E.T.
Yeah, besides E.T. There we go. Predator versus E.T.
Have you heard of the movie, like, it's called, like, Enemy Mine?
No.
There's, like, a weird... Yeah, it's really weird. I don't even know how to explain it. I can't explain it. It's really weird. Then there is The Thing.
Oh, The Thing would totally be an awesome thing for Predator to face off against.
Dude, okay, this would be the coolest thing. Alien versus Predator versus The Thing. That would be so cool. Versus the Evil Dead.
Well, I always wanted to see RoboCop versus Predator versus Alien versus Terminator versus...
That would be so awesome. Oh my god.
It would never happen, but it'd be amazing.
Oh man, that would be so cool.
Okay. Anyway, I think that'll about do it. Let's do a rating on Predator Dark Ages. I'm not sure if I won you over or not on this, so I'm going to ask you to do something specific.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to give a rating for what you thought you would rate it at the beginning of this, and another rating that you'd rate it now. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Alright, so I'm going to give Predator Dark Ages a 4 out of 5 knights banging on their shield for God knows how long. Because maybe it didn't take the guy, 2 seconds to get back to him. Maybe he was just sitting there banging on that shield for a really long time.
The guy immediately left to go take a nap and then decided to do the rest of his journey at night.
Exactly. Alright, how about you?
For me, so what I thought I was going to give it coming into this, on a scale of 1 to 5, I would have given it a 3 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
When I first came into it. Now I would give it. Oh wait, I shouldn't have said a 3 out of 5. I should have said a something out of something. I would have given it 3 overly puffy predator feet out of 5. And now I would give it 3.5 fluffy predator feet out of 5.
Alright, that's fair.
Can I give half scores?
Yeah, we do 0.5s. Yeah, that's fair. I can't argue with the fact that it's pretty basic, but I don't care. Is just my come down on it. So, cool. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Next time on Fan Film Reviews, we'll be talking about, let me make sure I get the title right, Deadpool and Black Panther back in red and black. Doesn't that sound awesome?
That sounds really cool.
Okay. And everyone, and I haven't seen it at all. I just remember seeing the title at one point, and I put it on my watch later, and I never watched it later. Anyway, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'm the Philosopher.
And I'm the Squampus.
And we are your geeky gentlemen, and we will be discussing things.